council have been very contentious. What will you do to try to stop this occurring on the coming council?
I think it gets back to sharing information, being open with the public and open with the fellow elected officials. I think most of the problems that we've had is when people feel like they've been blindsided, they're not being given access to information, or the things come in that you don't know about. You have to either read about it or hear about it in some other way. I think that if we're treat each other with respect and provide that information, that will take away a lot of the problems that we have. And I feel proud of the way that I've served on the council. I know we had some contentious meetings. I've always given the village administrators that we've had a heads up of what I was going to bring forward. If I had questions that I was going to ask, I told them that I was going to be asking them. I don't think it does anybody any good to have people blindside people, and I think if we avoid that, we can avoid a lot of the problems that we've had. The other thing that people don't recognize it, and I don't know if Mark is still here. Mark and I sit together, and actually we bang heads sometimes. But when we're done, that's the end of it. And that's how I've been working through my professional career. I think once you're done arguing, you make your point. If you don't make, you win or you lose, and you move on.
Both of you have indicated, quote, transparency in your campaign. How do you define transparency?
Well, I think this kind of gets back to the clear difference, clear choice. It's not a buzzword. It's a reality of being receptive to people coming and seeking information, whether they're commissioners or residents. I had to do it once. There was a couple times I thought about doing it, but I went to the Public Access Council for the Attorney General's office because we had discussions in closed session that were really not eligible for closed session discussions. It actually was about the Altenheim property. And when I finally went to the Public Access Counselor, and I informed the mayor and Tim that I was doing it. I sent them a copy of the letter before I was going to send it. Fortunately, it was something that brought out, the next council meeting was on the agenda, lo and behold. So that we don't have a transparent government currently in Forest Park. We have to find out some things, either through the grapevine or force the information out, and it's a very simple matter. It's your business. You guys own it. You guys pay for it. It's your government. It should be everything that we do should be on. Other than those a few things that are subject to the Open Meetings Act, it should be on open and available.
Many candidates are talking about trimming the budget at Village Hall. In what specific areas, if any, do you see possible reductions?
There's a few. Excuse me. There's a few areas where we can trim the budget. I think the key is not so much that we reduce the current budget we have, but we really have to stop the growth in our spending. Those of you who just pay your tax bills, you know that we used to be a town that had great services and low taxes. We still have good services. We have a great public works department. We have great village employees, but our taxes are high. They're very high. So we have to start looking for ways where we can stop the growth in spending. We spent almost $300,000 last year with our outside legal counsel. We spent almost $600,000 with our engineering company. We have to look for ways of doing this internally and cutting down on the cost of our attorneys and our consultants. And we have to be more careful about how we spend money. Maybe we'll get a question on it, but when we have a rib fest, it should be a rib fest. It's not a music fest. And it may sound small. You're going to save a couple $1,000 here, a couple $1,000 there, but we just have to be more careful with how we spend our money. And I think we'll be able to start building back up our reserves and getting back on better financial shape.